Jai Shri Ram. First of all, I present my salutations to the Ministry of Culture of Government of India, Government of Madhya Pradesh, the Brahmarishi Mission Committee of Jabalpur, Organizing Committee of the 3rd World Ramayana Conference, and to all distinguished guests present here today. On behalf of the President of the Ramayana Center Mauritius, our Guruma, Dr. Mrs. Vinu Arunji, and the Managing Committee, we express our heartiest thanks and gratitude to the Brahmarishi Mission Committee of Jabalpur, especially Dr. Gumashta, for inviting us to the World Ramayana Conference. We are honored and pleased that the event is being also dedicated to the memories of the great scholar of the Ramayana, late Pandit Shri Rajendra Arunji, founder and former president of the Ramayana Center, Mauritius. We also wish to seize this opportunity to congratulate the Brahmarishi Mission Committee of Jabalpur for their Silver Jubilee year. Well, ladies and gentlemen, Mauritius is a small island in the Indian Ocean, about 2,300 kilometers from the African continent. It is mostly appreciated for its natural beauty, multi-ethnicity, and cultural diversity. To say it all, a famous American writer, Mark Twain, stated, "Mauritius was made first and then heaven." And that heaven was copied after Mauritius. From time immemorial, Mauritius and India have been sharing an amazing bond. This has led to Mauritius sometime being called Chota Bharat, an endearment term. The connectivity is obvious whether in collective consciousness or myth. The unity and diversity present in Mauritius and its people's capacity to respond to emerging challenges are the results of the outstanding values such as resilience, tolerance, hard work, and sacrifice transmitted to the Mauritians by their forefathers who came mainly from India under the indentured system. The Girimityas constituted of a significant majority and have played an important role in building the nation and contributed in giving a new identity to the country. Mauritius is renowned as a land of the Ramayana. Hundreds of years ago, as our forefathers left India for an unknown journey, it was much more than the mere transportation of a group of laborers to an unknown land. In fact, it was a profound transfusion of the very pluralistic cultural values of India. They brought with them their culture and their sacred scriptures after working hard the whole day. Girimityas, far from their motherland, had no other alternatives than to look for solace in their holy books. They would all gather in the villages after sunset and would sing verses from the Ramcharitmanas. This tradition was gradually passed down through generations. The tradition of Ramayana chanting went through many ups and downs. However, the popularization of the Ramayana took a new momentum when our Pujniya Vaikunthavasi Guruji Shri Pandit Rajendra Arunji started a radio program called Manthan, based on the values and teachings of the Ramcharitmanas. This became so popular that he soon had a wide network of people behind him. Who was Pandit Rajendra Arunji? Here I would like to pose. With folded hands on behalf of all Mauritians and myself, I bow and express our gratitude and thanks towards the sacred land of India for having given us a gem in the person of Pandit Shri Rajendra Arunji. the son of Bharat Mata, Guruji Arun, along with Dr. Vinu Arunji, they both joined together and have taken the teachings of the Ramcharitmanas to another dimension in Mauritius. Pandit Rajendra Arunji was born on 29th of July 1945 in Faizabad district, Uttar Pradesh, India. He adopted journalism after acquiring a master's in Hindi from Allahabad University. In 1973, he came to Mauritius and became the managing editor of the Janta Hindi Weekly owned by the then Prime Minister. In the meantime, he became a permanent resident of Mauritius. Later, he took employment in a company in Mauritius and at the same time started his radio program, Manthan. Being a versatile person, he soon penetrated the nooks and corners of Mauritius. With his open approach, his simplicity, and above all, his wit drew him to one and all. He had his own place among the narrators of Ramcharitmanas. He was unique in his style. He narrated the story of Ramayana in a very articulate and lucid way, so the listeners were immensely inspired. He played on words coupled with his extraordinary grip on the verses of the Ramayana and paved his way to the hearts of Mauritians. He was solicited by the village folks, professionals, the bureaucrats, the political class to give satsangs at several places. It was there that he slowly nurtured in his heart the idea of creating a Ramayana center in Mauritius. He approached the government of the day with a project. The greatest legacy of Pandit Shri Arunji, the Ramayana Center, was created in 2001 as his request by the Mauritian government. The center was established following the unanimous passage of the Ramayana Center Act in Parliament in 2001, with the help and support of numerous devotees, well-wishers, and donors both locally and abroad. A first institution of its kind in the world set up by an Act of Parliament. I cannot omit to mention that at that time, the Prime Minister of Mauritius was none other than the illustrious Sir Anirudh Jagannathji, late father of our actual Prime Minister, Honorable Praveen Kumar Jagannathji. I am also proud to point out that it was when our actual Honorable Prime Minister, Praveen Kumar Jagannathji, was Minister of Agriculture that Ramayana Center acquired a plot of land. And when he was a finance minister, the Ramayana Center got an annual grant to run its day-to-day activities. Living in a country where the Prime Minister is influenced by the values and virtues of the Ramayana is a privilege and blessing for the population. Last but not the least, we cannot ignore the relentless support and unflinching devotion of our Guruma, Dr. Vinu Arunji, in the setting up of the Ramayana Center. Her contribution toward the accomplishment of the project is commendable. She has always walked side by side of Guruji Arun selflessly and contributed immensely in the achievement of all his endeavors. The foundation stone of the center was laid by the then Prime Minister on 19th August 2005 and inaugurated on the 19th August 2007 by the then Prime Minister, Dr. Naveen Chandra Ram Gulamji, in the presence of His Excellency, Sir Anirudh Jagannathji, the then President of the Republic of Mauritius. The fund for the construction of the building came from donations in cash and kind from Mauritius and abroad. The second phase of the Ramayana Center, which comprises of the spiritual whole and the Ram Mandir, the foundation stone was laid on the occasion of the Ram Navami in 2013. The budget was quite big. Public appeal for donation was made. Consequently, tremendous financial contributions in this context were made by Pandit Arunji, his family, and some followers. Moreover, through visits to India and by organizing several Ram Kathas, Pandit Arunji collected financial and material support for the Ram Mandir, especially Murti accessories and others. Likewise, Pandit Arun has conducted Ram Kathas in various other countries like England, Canada, USA, and South Africa, and collected donations for the Mandir. Ultimately, the dream project of the Ramayana Center team, most particularly of late Pandit Rajendra Arunji and Dr. Mrs. Vinu Arunji, concluded after years of struggle, hard work, devotion, penance, and sacrifice. The spiritual hall was inaugurated in April 2013 and the Ram Mandir in 2017. It has also consists of a well-furnished library which houses books relating to Ramayana and other aspects of Hinduism. They include several titles of Panditji himself, as he was a prolific writer on the main characters of the Ramayana. However, after fulfilling his dream with perseverance and unflinching dedication, Pandit Rajendra Arunji left us for the abode of Sri Ram on the 21st of June 2021. On the 31st of July 2022, during the Shraddhanjali ceremony of Pandit Arunji, his bust was unveiled by the Honorable Prime Minister, Praveen Kumar Jagannathji. The bust and the ceremony were funded by donations collected from members. Moreover, the Ministry of Arts and Cultural Heritage of Mauritius provided their support in terms of logistics during the ceremony. This clearly indicates that the government of Mauritius recognizes and pays tribute to Pandit Rajendra Arunji for his contribution in the promotion and propagation of the perennial values of the Ramayana in Mauritius. Today, the Ramayana Center is run by a group of 7 trustees, voluntarily, under the leadership of the actual president, Dr. Mrs. Vinu Arunji. I'm pleased to say that under the guidance of late Sri Pandit Rajendra Arunji, we have been able to implement the objective for which Ramayana Center was created. One of the objectives of the Ramayana Center is to provide guidance and support for the intellectual and moral advancement for the Hindu community and society at large. We have been embarking on achieving of this objective, especially by organizing a wide range of activities like discourses, seminars, workshops, national and international conferences, and various competitions. We conduct classes for all age groups ranging from children to senior citizens in yoga, Hindu Dharma, Ramayana chanting, and interpretation. We are extremely concerned about the holistic development of our upcoming generation. Therefore, we have decided to focus our energy and resources around the youth. We run primary and secondary school competitions nationally. To name a few, we organized drawing and painting competition for primary schools in 2012, in which more than 200 students participated, and one of the prize winners was a non-Hindu student. On the spot drawing and painting competition, which was held in 2014 and 2016 for upper primary and lower secondary schools, and poster competition in 2018, in which a large number of students participated. One of the winners of poster competition was again a non-Hindu student. In 2021, we launched Ramayana drawing and painting competition for the students of grade 7 to 9. 130 entries were received and 60,000 people viewed the paintings. In 2022, we launched a 3-minute Ramayana presentation contest in English. We were astonished by the outstanding participation of the students and the quality of their presentation. I'm glad to say that all the juries of our competitions provide their assistance and support freely. One of them is present among us today by Ghanshyam Mohabir, also from Mauritius. He always gives his unconditional support to the center whenever required and assists in upholding the values of Ramayana. Thank you, Bhai Ghanshyam. I wish to lay emphasis that Ramayana Center has now become a globally recognized brand and has several namesakes internationally, including India, the motherland of Ramayana, and as far away as Fiji Island. To conclude, I will say the mission of the Ramayana Center remains the promotion and propagation of the spiritual, social, and cultural values in Mauritius. I thank you for your attention. And now, we'll broadcast a small video on the life of Pandit Rajendra Arunji. Thank you. Yeah, okay. Thank you.
मॉरिशस की धरती पर अनेक महापुरुषों का आगमन हुआ, जैसे महात्मा गांधी, मनीलाल डॉक्टर, पंडित भारद्वाज, स्वामी कृष्णानंद जी महाराज आदि। अपने संदेश तथा कार्यों से उन्होंने मॉरिशस के सामाजिक, राजनीतिक एवं सांस्कृतिक पटल पर अमिट छाप छोड़ी। इन सब का मॉरिशस में निवास अल्पकालिक था, परंतु पंडित राजेंद्र अरुण एक ऐसी विभूति थे जो एक मिशन लेकर आए और आजीवन यहीं रहकर उन्होंने उसे पूरा किया। उनके मिशन को दिशा दी थी आरएसएस एवं आज के बीजेपी और उस समय के संघ की विचारधारा ने, जिससे वे 16 वर्ष की आयु से ही जुड़ गए थे। वे कॉलेज के दिनों से ही एक प्रबुद्ध सामाजिक कार्यकर्ता, कुशल पत्रकार, लेखक एवं प्रभावी वक्ता के रूप में प्रतिष्ठित हो गए थे। 15 वर्ष की आयु में उनका पहला उपन्यास प्रकाशित हुआ। भारत के अनेक सुप्रतिष्ठित समाचार पत्रों में उनके लेखों, कहानियों और कविताओं का निरंतर प्रकाशन होता रहा। 23 अगस्त सन 1973 में श्री अरुण ने मॉरिशस की धरती पर अपने कदम रखे। वे भारत के 3 समाचार पत्रों पांचजन्य, आज और गांधी के लिए मॉरिशस में होने वाले आर्य सम्मेलन की रिपोर्टिंग के लिए आए थे। यहाँ आते ही उन्होंने अपने मृदु स्वभाव और सबके साथ घुल मिल जाने की कला से लोगों के दिल जीत लिए। वे मॉरिशस के सामाजिक और सांस्कृतिक जीवन में पूरी तरह रम गए और नियति ने उन्हें यहीं रोक लिया। सन 1974 में वे सर शिवसागर राम गुलाम के साप्ताहिक समाचार पत्र जनता के प्रबंध संपादक बन गए। अपनी संपादन कुशलता, भाषा कौशल, विस्तृत ज्ञान और मित्रों के सहयोग से उन्होंने इस समाचार पत्र को अत्यंत लोकप्रिय बना दिया और पूरे मॉरिशस में अपनी एक विशिष्ट पहचान बना ली।
और जब यहाँ पर आए तो ये भी था कि एक मिशन था उनके लाइफ में, और वो मिशन था कि हाँ, यहाँ के समाज जो है उनके साथ जुड़ जाए, उनके उत्थान के लिए काम करें।
वे राजेंद्र अरुण जो अब तक पत्रकार के रूप में प्रतिष्ठित थे, अब उनके जीवन में एक नया मोड़ आया। सन 1983 में जनता समाचार पत्र के बंद हो जाने पर अपने जनसंपर्क कौशल के कारण वे क्वालिटी बेवरेजेस में जनसंपर्क निर्देशक के रूप में नियुक्त हुए।
I must say that from a professional point of view, Mr. Arun was very apt at doing his work impeccably because he knew everybody. He knew people from the politicians, from the civil service, government people, from the social and cultural units, and he knew people that I think few people would have imagined that his knowledge of Mauritius was so good.
When I was just 6-7 years old, I would be listening to his programs on radio and learn and try to assimilate, try to digest those verses which were so beautifully and so simply put forward to all the audience who I'm sure have been thousands of that time to be listening attentively to these programs.
इसी बीच सन 1982 में एक और महत्वपूर्ण घटना उनके जीवन में घटित हुई। पत्रकार राजेंद्र अरुण का परिचय तुलसीदास जी की रामायण रामचरितमानस से हुआ और उन्होंने उसकी व्याख्या पर आधारित साप्ताहिक कार्यक्रम मंथन MBC रेडियो पर आरंभ किया, जो अत्यंत ही लोकप्रिय हुआ। यह कार्यक्रम लगभग 36 वर्षों तक निरंतर चलता रहा। उनके रेडियो कार्यक्रम की लोकप्रियता से राम कथा का आरंभ हुआ। सन 1984 में उन्होंने पहली बार दीपिने गांव में 7 दिनों की राम कथा की। इसे अपार सफलता और प्रशंसा मिली। इसके बाद न केवल पूरे मॉरिशस में उनकी साप्ताहिक कथाएं गांव-गांव, नगर-नगर में होने लगीं, बल्कि विदेशों से भी राम कथा के निमंत्रण आने लगे। उनकी राम कथा की लोकप्रियता का कारण यह भी था कि वे केवल 1 घंटे की कथा करते थे और उसे अत्यंत सरल भाषा में विभिन्न महापुरुषों के संस्मरणों एवं छोटी-छोटी हास्य कथाओं से सरस और जीवंत बना देते थे। एक कारण यह भी था कि वे कथा के लिए पैसे नहीं लेते थे। अपनी पत्नी के साथ मिलकर उन्होंने यह संकल्प किया था कि वे राम कथा को व्यवसाय नहीं बनाएंगे, बल्कि स्वांतः सुखाय की अवधारणा से करेंगे। अतः उनकी कथाएं फ्री ऑफ चार्ज हुआ करती थीं। उनकी राम कथा का जादू सर चढ़कर बोलने लगा। सर अनिरुद्ध जगन्नाथ तो उन्हें मॉरिशस का रामायणी कहते थे और सामान्य जन उन्हें मॉरिशस का तुलसी कहते हैं। सन 2001 में तो जैसे उनके जीवन में साक्षात भगवान राम का अवतरण ही हो गया। तभी तो उनके मन में रामायण सेंटर बनाने का विचार आया।
I especially wish to thank you, Honorable Prime Minister, and the illustrious Sir Anirudh Jagannath, for your family's personal contribution in making of this center. It was when you, Honorable Prime Minister, were Minister of Agriculture that Ramayana Center acquired this plot of land. When you were the Finance Minister, Ramayana Center got an annual grant to run its day-to-day activities.
यह भगवान राम की कृपा या प्रेरणा नहीं तो और क्या है। उनके अथक प्रयासों से सन 2001 में मॉरिशस की संसद में सर्वसहमति से रामायण सेंटर एक्ट पास हुआ। 15 अगस्त सन 2002 को तत्कालीन प्रधानमंत्री श्री अनिरुद्ध जगन्नाथ जी ने सेंटर के भवन निर्माण के लिए भूमि पूजन किया। सन 2007 में प्रधानमंत्री डॉक्टर नवीन चंद्र राम गुलाम ने रिजिया तिलक लर्निंग कॉम्प्लेक्स का उद्घाटन किया। सन 2013 में हंसा महेश गणेशी स्पिरिचुअल हॉल का उद्घाटन राष्ट्रपति श्री कैलाश प्रयाग द्वारा हुआ और 2017 में वर्षों के संघर्ष और चुनौतियों के बाद अंततः उनका वर्षों से संजोया हुआ स्वप्न पूरा हुआ। राम मंदिर का निर्माण पूरा हुआ, राम मंदिर की स्थापना हुई। लेकिन यह सारा काम एक दिन में नहीं हुआ। इसके पीछे पंडित राजेंद्र अरुण जी की वर्षों की कठिन तपस्या, गहरी लगन, अखंड आस्था, गहन विश्वास तथा दिन रात की अथक मेहनत थी और था लोगों का उन पर अखंड विश्वास। उन्हें इस कार्य में भरपूर जन समर्थन मिला, हरेक व्यक्ति का सहयोग मिला। मॉरिशस, भारत तथा अन्य देशों के लोगों ने खुले मन से दान देकर मंदिर निर्माण के कार्य में सहयोग दिया।
जय श्री राम। रामायण सेंटर के आंगन में राम मंदिर का निर्माण मॉरिशस के सांस्कृतिक इतिहास में महत्वपूर्ण दिन है।